My dear child, as you stand at the threshold of another year, I invite you to pause and reflect on the path you have walked. I have been with you, my beloved child, in every moment you can recall, during seasons of triumph and times of struggle. Remember how I watched over you when fear threatened to consume your heart. When you felt the weight of disappointment pressing down on your soul, I sheltered you under the shadow of my wings. I whispered hope when your spirit was weary and reminded you of the promises I have made to you since the beginning of time. Look back and let my presence fill those memories with renewed understanding. In the hardest challenges, when you felt lost or alone, know that I was carrying you through the storm. I have never abandoned you, nor turned my face away from you, and I never will. When you found yourself on mountaintops of celebration, I rejoiced alongside you. My delight in your victories is beyond human understanding, for I crafted you with purpose and take great joy in all your achievements. Now, as you gaze upon the days ahead, allow my words to ignite faith within you. You stand not in isolation, but hand in hand with the one who shaped the heavens. I led my people through seas that seemed impossible to cross. I raised up humble shepherds to become mighty kings. Be assured that the same power that guided them is alive and at work in you. Your future extends far beyond earthly horizons into the endless dawn of eternity. Do not let fear stifle the dreams I have planted in your heart. Take bold steps forward, for I am the guide who knows every inch of the path ahead, the shield who protects you in every season of your life. When clouds of uncertainty gather, look to me as your beacon of light. Let my word be your compass, my spirit your constant companion, and my peace your steady anchor. My beloved child, I know every corner of your heart, each longing, fear, and secret dream. I see beyond every hurtful situation and every storm cloud gathering over you. Even when you feel isolated, misunderstood, or consumed by regrets and bad decisions, I am right here, shining my light on your path. The trials you face are not hidden from me. I understand the sorrow that weighs on you, making you feel defeated. But my love for you has never faded. It burns brighter than any darkness trying to overtake you. Therefore, you cannot remain on the ground, paralyzed by your own doubts. You were made for a purpose far greater than you can imagine. You have a special calling to rise up, walk with determination, and step firmly into the destiny I've prepared for you. I assure you, my child, that the battles you've been fighting are not a surprise to me. The enemy has indeed tried to shake you, just as wheat is sifted, hoping that your faith would collapse like sand through open fingers. But I have intervened. I have placed an unshakable resolve in your spirit, a holy resilience that cannot be taken away. Just as I stood beside David when he faced Goliath, I am standing with you now. Your faith, no matter how small you think it is, will become your shield, and your courage will be your sword. You will rise, and through each challenge, I will refine your life, shaping your character so you shine more brilliantly. Embrace the changes I bring. Do not resist the transformation, for these changes are streams of living water, carving a fresh path in your heart. Never measure yourself by someone else's life or achievements. I formed you in your mother's womb with a unique design. You carry strengths, insights, and gifts that no one else can replicate. You are stronger than you believe, bolder than you fear, and wiser than you realize. If you trust me, you will see how I place precious tools into your hands. These tools, faith, perseverance, wisdom, compassion, are capable of shattering the hardest obstacles. With the power of my word burning in your heart, you can slice through every barrier, every doubt, every weed of discouragement. The path may at times look cluttered with regrets or accusations, but I'm giving you the ability to step over them, break them apart, and journey on. Today, I invite you to accept a fresh gift. You are standing on new ground, a realm of supernatural blessing that goes beyond human understanding. Here, I want you to flourish. But to do so, you must resist the impulse to let your emotions dictate your actions. Just as a tree remains firmly rooted in storms, I want you to anchor yourself in my truth, not in fleeting feelings. When others attempt to manipulate you with blame or guilt, remember that I hold your true identity. I have always crafted marvelous plans for you, plans that were set in motion long before you drew your first breath. The enemy has tried every trick to steal your joy, your will to live, and even the hope you carry for your loved ones. But he will not prevail. No tactic of darkness can stand against the light of my promise for you. So I say again, decide daily to be joyful in me. Choose to rest in my endless faithfulness. Even in a world where people hurt and betray, I have filled you with my Holy Spirit. You will keep trusting, keep shining, and keep helping others. Because that is who you are in me. Some will appreciate you, and some will break your heart. But do not be alarmed by the betrayal of those who seemed so grateful at first. This world can be harsh and ungrateful. Many are driven by desperation, willing to deceive and devour those who offer kindness. In their hopeless reality, they think only of survival, unaware that true life and true hope come from me. You see, you reflect my heart. I too have poured out blessings on many who turned away, betrayed, or forgot me entirely. Yet my love is so wide and deep that I cause the sun to rise and the rain to fall on both the just and the unjust. I do not withhold my goodness, because that is my nature. I am love. Remember this: your strength, provision, protection, and ultimate salvation come from me alone. As I was with Moses at the edge of the Red Sea, making a way where there seemed to be none, I am with you even now. We walk side by side. You do not walk alone. Let me remind you how precious you are to me. In moments where you feel overlooked, remember that I know you by name. In hours when worry overwhelms you, recall how I have carried my children through deserts and wilderness seasons before. Trust that I will carry you too. If your heart is weary, rest in my presence. If your mind is cluttered, place your burdens on my shoulders. When you feel like quitting, lean on my promise that I will never leave you nor forsake you. Take courage, my child. Gather the pieces of your broken dreams and place them in my hands. I will rebuild them into something far greater than before. Receive the peace that surpasses human logic, the same peace I breathed into my disciples when they were in despair. Allow this peace to remind you that no mistake is permanent, no sorrow lasts forever, and no enemy can tear you from my love. My beloved child, I see the heaviness in your heart, the wounds that seem to grow deeper with every passing day, the fears that whisper you have no worth, and the loneliness that has left you feeling forgotten by all. I know how you've been hurt, underestimated, and humiliated. How it seems there's no fixed direction to your journey. I see how you've tried so hard, yet faced rejection when you only desired acceptance. But listen closely. I, your heavenly Father, speak directly to your soul today. Let my voice be a gentle light piercing through the darkness you've been facing. I have watched over you since before you were born. Every tear that falls from your eyes is seen by me, and every desperate prayer that escapes your lips echoes in my heart. You might wonder where I've been in the midst of your struggles, yet I have never turned my gaze away. Daily I come to you in small, tender moments, the warm glow of the morning sun touching your face, the soft breeze that brushes against your skin, the scent of fresh grass that revives your senses, and the laughter of children whose pure joy reflects my love. These details are not accidents, but living reminders of my presence. Even when you feel too burdened to appreciate them, I remain by your side, never angry, never tired of you, never giving up on your future. I am the one who has already decided to bless you. Nothing can stand in my way. My love for you is so vast that I gave everything I had, even my own life on the cross, to bridge the distance between us. Understand this. There is no sin too great, no wound too deep, no past too messy that can block my compassion. My sacrifice was not in vain. I endured betrayal, cruelty, and the taste of bitter vinegar at the moment of my deepest agony. I did it all so that you would know I understand your suffering at its very core. And now, dear child, I come to break apart the chains of sadness that have held you captive. I want to carry away the bitter memories that weigh you down, the feelings of guilt or abandonment that make you doubt yourself. I hear the silent questions you wrestle with. Does anyone truly value me? Will I always be misunderstood? Is there a reason to keep fighting? I see you giving your best to those who sometimes repay kindness with cruelty, and I know how exhausting that can be. But let me assure you, I am not a passive spectator. I have walked this path of pain and rejection. I know the ache of asking for a simple cup of water, only to be ridiculed instead. Yet in my darkest hour I rose again in power and glory, defeating despair once and for all. That same resurrection power is available to you. I am your omnipotent God, capable of transforming your sorrow into a story of hope. Every tear you shed is heard in the throne room of heaven. I urge you, let these tears flow, but let them carry the joy of knowing that I am here and I care deeply for you. Let them wash away old doubts that have clung to your heart. I am answering the cries you could hardly put into words. Now is the moment to feel my presence. Right now, in this very breath you take. Seek me in my word. Open the pages of Scripture and let my promises breathe new life into you. Listen for my voice as you read about men and women who faced trials, brokenness, and fear, yet found victory in me. Remember Moses at the Red Sea, David against Goliath, Hannah in her tears, Paul in chains. Each one found that I am a God who rescues and restores. Through their stories, I speak to your heart. No matter how desperate the situation seems, there is always a doorway of hope when I am involved. And child, do not forget, I am never put off by your honest emotions. If you feel the need to cry out to me in frustration, do so. If you feel too broken to utter more than a whisper, that is enough. I, the Lord of Heaven, am incredibly close to the brokenhearted. I have the power to mend what others have shattered, to bring clarity where confusion reigns, and to set you on a path of renewed purpose. Even if you have made mistakes, even if the storms of life have blinded you, I remain steadfast. Nothing you can do will force me to abandon you. My grace is greater than your shortcomings, my compassion deeper than your regrets. Let me remind you of one precious truth. You are not alone. Even when it seems like the whole world has turned its back, I stand beside you. Even when you can't see any future ahead, my plans are still unfolding. You are my treasured creation, and I refuse to let despair claim you. Know that through your trials you are being shaped, refined, and prepared for a greater calling than you can currently see. So hold on to me. Keep walking, even if your steps feel small and hesitant. In every storm, I am the anchor that holds you. In every tear, I am the soft hand that wipes it away. In every doubt, I am the voice of truth that whispers you are loved. You might question how I can love you so unconditionally. The answer is simple. I am love itself, the very source of compassion and mercy. I will not give up on you. Yes, you may cry, let tears fall as a sign that hope still flickers in your soul. But let those tears be tears of joy, because my promise stands. I have heard you, and I come to guide you out of the wilderness. Today, as you read these words, let them settle deep in your heart. No matter the storms, your mistakes, or how many times you feel the world is against you, you are never alone. I, the Lord your God, love you with an everlasting love that cannot fail. Remember this: I rose in glory to show you that new life, new beginnings, and new hope are always possible. Let this truth speak to your spirit. Cling to it every morning when you wake, and every night before you sleep. I am here, and my love will never let you go. You are not alone. I love you. I repeat, my child, you are not alone. I love you. And that unwavering love is your reason to hope, your reason to believe, and your reason to keep moving forward. My beloved child, look at the horizon of your life. Do you see it? It is filled with new opportunities, restored relationships, and unshakable hope. I am touching every area of your existence: your health, your family, your work, your finances, your deepest desires. I, the King of the universe, have declared that abundance will sit on your table, like a feast prepared in the midst of what once seemed barren. Listen carefully. The burdens you have carried, the debts, the worries, no longer have the power to enslave you. Just as I set the Israelites free from bondage in Egypt, I am releasing you from anything that has held you back. Feel my spirit breathing fresh creativity into your soul. I am placing in you a profound desire to work wisely, to steward the resources I have given you with courage and faith. Your times of lack are ending, and a season of supernatural provision is dawning before your eyes. Yes, take these words to heart. Read them again, and let them sink into the depths of your spirit. Do not allow doubt or negativity to steer you off course. I know you have experienced shipwreck in your life, times when you lost everything, times when people turned away in disappointment and confusion. Many lost trust in you, and you felt unworthy, ashamed, even defeated. Yet in that heartbreak, you made a precious choice. You ran back to my arms. You chose to see me as your truest friend, your faithful Lord, your God, your shepherd, the only one who can restore joy and abundance where everything else seems to fail. Now take hold of this truth. It is time for a change so significant that your heart will overflow with gratitude. I do not want you to worry about a thing. Instead, I want you to stand in faith. Let my power heal your finances and every broken place in your life. You will pay your debts, not in fear or desperation, but with the understanding that you are a child of a king, yet not just any king, but the King of Kings who fashioned the heavens and the earth. The one who breathed stars into existence has not forgotten you. Because your heart is humble and repentant, I have placed in you a reservoir of my power. Like a seed planted in the ground, your character has been shaped and refined by suffering, growing stronger each day. You do not need to showcase your blessings to prove who you are. Others might clamor for titles, prestige, and trophies, even sacrificing their integrity to gain them. But I need you to remember something essential. I gave my life for them too, and in their pride, many reject me. They cannot fathom that the king who rules galaxies could also be so gentle, so loving, so ready to embrace them. They spit on my sacrifice because it offends their pride. They cannot imagine a love so pure and limitless. But you, dear one, are different. You have chosen to recognize me as the ultimate authority in your life. You have responded to my call, even when it meant walking through valleys of uncertainty. And now, in your humility, your spirit is ready to receive my inexhaustible blessings. Remember, when my favor rests on you, no person on earth and no force in heaven or hell can stand in the way of what I have destined for you. I am the Alpha and Omega, and if I decide to open a door for you, no human hand can close it. Come back to me often, each morning, each evening, and in every quiet moment in between. Open your heart wide to my voice. Let the scriptures I've breathed into existence speak directly to your soul. Recall how I provided manna for the Israelites day by day. How I gave Joseph wisdom to manage famine. How I lifted David from tending sheep to leading a nation. I can do the same miraculous work in your life. These stories are not just ancient tales. They are living examples of what my love and power can do for anyone who believes. My child, fix your eyes on my unwavering commitment to you. Trust that I am still writing your story, bringing beauty out of ashes, turning mourning into dancing. This abundance I am declaring is not merely financial, though I promise to care for your practical needs. It is also a spiritual bounty, a heart renewed by hope, a mind set free from worry, and a faith that stands tall in the midst of life's storms. People will see a transformation in you that cannot be explained by human logic alone. They will ask, "How can this be?" And you will answer, "It is the grace of my Father in heaven. It is the miracle of his love." Child, believe me when I say, I long for you to experience fullness of joy. Do not be afraid to embrace the blessings I lay before you. They are not a trap. They are a testimony of my goodness. Let your heart sing with gratitude. And do not doubt for a moment that these words are true. If you need to, read them again and again, until each phrase settles into the core of your being. Each time you reread them, my voice will grow stronger in your mind, drowning out the lies that once told you you were unworthy or too broken. Because of what I have done for you, you are no longer a stranger, but my beloved child. Walk in confidence, knowing your Father is the King of the universe. When you speak, let it be with the authority that comes from being part of my royal family. When you work, do so with the boldness that I have poured into your soul. When you pray, let your words echo with faith, fully assured that I hear you and I act on your behalf. Return tomorrow and the next day, and the day after that. Seek my presence continually. Let the weight of my glory fill the empty spaces in your heart. You are not alone, nor will you ever be again. Even now, I stand at your side, whispering to your heart, be free, be healed, walk in victory. Yes, my child, open your heart fully. Hear my message of love once more and allow it to transform you from the inside out. This is my promise. If I have spoken it, it will come to pass. Your blessing is on the horizon, and nothing can prevent what I have already ordained. Take courage, keep your eyes on me, and never forget, you are cherished, you are chosen, and you are dearly loved by the one who holds eternity in his hands. My dear child, as the sun begins its slow ascent over the horizon each morning, I stand here waiting with open arms, eager to wrap you in my eternal embrace. I long for you to feel the warmth of my presence and the comfort of my love in every ray of sunlight that touches your face. Yes, beautiful days are on the way, days soaked in blessings you have yet to imagine. I want you to prepare your heart for a magnificent outpouring, one that will surpass every expectation you've held in the silent chambers of your soul. Yet even now I encourage you, do not let your lips or your heart be filled with complaints. Resist the urge to rehearse doubts and fears. Instead, fill your mind with the songs of hope. Remember that I, the Lord who spoke stars into being, have not run out of miracles. My power does not fade with time. Let every breath you take be a declaration of trust in my promise. Permit the majestic light of my word to flood every corner of your heart until thoughts of defeat can find no resting place. I understand that you have walked through valleys of pain. There were long nights of anxious waiting, days when it felt like your prayers vanished into silence. But I have heard every whispered plea. Not a single tear has fallen to the ground unnoticed by me. Now the dawn you have so yearned for is drawing near. The pain of yesterday will become a stepping stone into the joy of tomorrow. Your deliverance is close, my child. Your liberation is written into my plans for you. Trust in this. When I move with purpose and perfect timing. Do not think for one moment that your suffering has gone unseen. I have watched over you, feeling every ache in your heart, and I, in my mercy, will give you so much more than what you have dared to ask. I see the desires in your heart that you cannot even put into words, the unspoken hopes you hardly admit to yourself. The day will come when I reveal blessings far beyond what your imagination could contain. Yes, those blessings you will one day hold in your hands were born from tears and nurtured by the trials you've endured. Out of desperation, I have cultivated determination. From loneliness, I have drawn forth new courage. But do not forget the path that led you to those blessings. Do not fall into the snare of pride, imagining that it was by your own strength or intellect that you prevailed. Always remember the moments when tears were your daily bread, when you clung to me as your only solace. Those are the humble roots of your future joy. Let gratitude flood your heart, so you remain in a posture of prayer and reliance on me. Be alert, my child, for you have a real enemy who prowls like a roaring lion, seeking any chance to devour your conviction. He is clever, testing your resolve, hoping you will doubt my promises. He may try to distort your vision, stirring up fear or enticing you to chase empty distractions. Yet you know my voice. You are my beloved sheep, and I am your good shepherd, guiding you to green pastures and still waters. In the core of your being, you recognize that I will not allow anyone or anything to steal the blessing I have prepared for you. So take courage. Commit your heart to me and dare to believe that I am who I say I am. I do not break my promises. I do not forget my children or the pleas they've voiced in the stillness of the night. Every tear has a purpose in my plan. Each sacrifice, each moment of persistence is seen and valued by me. I am the God who rewards faithfulness. At exactly the right moment, you will witness my hand of favor and understand that your journey was not in vain. Time indeed moves swiftly. Days roll into months and months into years, and before you know it, a new season dawns. That is why I urge you to treasure these words I am speaking to you. Engrave them upon your heart. Keep them close when life's demands threaten to drown out my voice. For I promise that not a single second of your life passes outside of my loving gaze. You are forever intertwined with my grace. It is impossible for you to be separated from my compassion. Take this truth and rejoice today. Let your soul dance in the light of my promises. The challenges you face will soon bow to the power of my hand. The sorrow you have carried will give birth to unshakable joy. And you will stand tall, a living testimony to my goodness and faithfulness, declaring to the world that I, the Lord, am indeed able to do immeasurably more than anyone could ever ask or imagine. My beloved child, I see you stretched thin, wondering if your pleas for help have gone unnoticed. But I assure you, not a single word you've whispered in prayer has slipped past my ears. I hold your entire family in my capable hands, especially your children, whom I have entrusted to you. Yes, they sometimes test your patience or bring tears to your eyes, but remember, it was I who placed them in your care. They are precious in my sight, and I continue to watch over them with unwavering love and protection. I understand your anxiety, those restless nights when you lie awake fearing for your children's safety and future. Yet I call you to patience, my child. Trust my timing, for it is perfect and cannot be rushed. I have read every petition you've written on your heart. I know each one by name and by need. You wonder when you will see the fulfillment of these promises, but I invite you to rest in my peace, confident that I will not abandon you or your loved ones. I'm already at work within your children's hearts. Even though the changes may seem slow and subtle, I assure you that my spirit is gently guiding them back onto the path I have laid out for them. In time, you will see them begin to make wiser decisions, reflecting the seeds of truth you have sown in their lives. The shift may start small, perhaps in an encouraging word, a respectful gesture, or a new sense of responsibility. But believe me, every sign of transformation is evidence that I am moving. Remember the story of the prodigal son returning home. Just as the father ran out to embrace his lost child, so too am I ready to welcome your children with open arms whenever they turn toward me. Even if you feel they are far from the right path, know that I will not give up on them. If they wander, I will go after them like a shepherd searching for a single lost sheep. My heart is compassionate, and my desire is for them to walk in truth, wisdom, and love. But I also want you to do your part. Forgive them, just as I have forgiven you. Speak to them with the same gentle tone I use when I speak to your heart. Above all, do not withhold your love and attention, for I never withhold mine from you. Even when you stumble, my arms remain open, so reflect that same grace to your children. You'll be amazed at the healing power of consistent love, both in their lives and in yours. Do not underestimate the strength I am placing within you. You may feel weary or stretched beyond your limit, but lean on me, and I will give you fresh patience and renewed wisdom each day. I see the frustration you sometimes harbor when your children make decisions that seem unwise or hurtful. Remember, I have the last word over their future. I have not ceased working or orchestrating events in ways that will ultimately bring about goodness, peace, prosperity, and spiritual growth for your entire household. Yes, I have a plan that includes harmony and unity within your family. You might recall times of tension, raised voices, and anger filling the rooms of your home. But I promise you this: as you keep pressing into prayer, as you commit your household to me, I will calm the raging waters. I will pour out a peace that transcends all understanding. Imagine waking up one day to find that conflicts have softened, that your children speak kindly to one another, and that the atmosphere in your home feels lighter. This is not a dream, but a glimpse of what I can do. So, my child, do not let worry rule your mind. Do not be dismayed by current troubles. Keep lifting your family to me, for I am the one who holds every heartbeat and every future. If you feel tension brewing, cast it into my arms. If you feel fear creeping in, call upon my name. When you feel weary, remember my promise. Those who wait on the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar like eagles, run without tiring, and walk without fainting. Soon I will unveil the answers you seek, answers that exceed your most hopeful expectations. You will see your children step forward in wisdom and responsibility. The environment in your home will shift from uneasy tension to flourishing peace. Laughter will replace tears, and unity will triumph over division. Where you once saw despair, you will stand in awe at the transformation that only I can bring. Until that moment arrives, cherish these words in your heart. Let them be a constant reminder of my faithfulness and love. Know that you are never alone, and neither are your children. I am with each of you every step of the way. Open your arms wide and prepare to receive the blessings I have promised. For I, the Lord your God, have spoken, and when I speak, my words never return empty. Rejoice now, for your household is safe in my hands, and I will finish the good work I have begun. My precious child, your perseverance in prayer moves my heart deeply, and because I love you beyond measure, I will renew your strength where sorrow once reigned. The heavy load you've been carrying will be lifted, and your heart will find restoration in the radiance of my love. In this very moment, I invite you to pause and feel my gentle embrace. It doesn't matter where you are, whether surrounded by responsibilities or in a crowd of people. Take these few seconds to breathe in my peace. Let my spirit calm the turbulence in your mind. The alarming news and the events that have drained your energy may convince you that your strength is gone. But I promise you, you are not defeated. My child, believe in me once again. I have never left you. In my presence, nothing is truly lost, and I will show you that every challenge can be used to shape you and bring glory to my name. Understand this. I have already secured your future. Your destiny stands firm under my anointing. No enemy, no discouragement, no doubt can halt the blessing I have prepared for you. I can transform every weapon formed against you into a tool for your growth. I can turn periods of lack into seasons of abundance, sickness into wholeness, and despair into radiant hope. Watch closely, and you will see that what once seemed impossible is now within the reach of your outstretched arms. I hold your family, your home, and your entire life in my mighty hands, and my greatest desire is that you walk in the wonders I have declared over you. I speak these words as the God who does not lie. I am not limited by human frailty or bound by shifting circumstances. My purpose for you has not changed since I first formed you in your mother's womb. I came into this world to give you abundant life, to show you the right path, and to guide you into eternal truth. When I say I am the way, the truth, and your life, it is not just a phrase. It is the promise that I am your solution, your way out of every trial, your companion through every valley. Therefore, I urge you to cling to my promises with unwavering faith. Resist the voices of the world that speak lies and stir up confusion. Be delighted by each step of faith you take in my direction, for when you do, you starve the doubts that try to steal your peace. Yes, there will be those who speak harsh words or provoke you with false accusations. They aim to fill your mind with fear, anger, and guilt, hoping to push you away from my truth, my love, and my comforting presence. But you, my beloved, know my voice. You recognize the gentle call that draws you toward a place of safety and rest. You have already endured seasons of loneliness and experienced a profound need for affection. You felt overlooked and misunderstood by people who should have supported you. But I am here to remind you that you are never truly alone. As your Heavenly Father, I hold you in an embrace that never fades or weakens. I surround you with compassion that transcends any love you have known. When life leaves you aching, I comfort you with divine strength and breathe heavenly courage into your soul. Pause and let me remind you of how deeply I care for you. My gaze has always been upon you. Every tear you shed, every sleepless night I have witnessed. Nothing about your struggle is hidden from me. Believe that I can turn even the darkest night into the most radiant dawn. The world may try to persuade you otherwise, but my word is unchanging. I am not like men, whose promises can be easily broken. My resolve stands firm, and I will carry you through trials that seem insurmountable. Keep in mind, child, that I love to see you place your trust in me. When you stop being swayed by the threats and distractions around you, your faith flourishes. There is a powerful freedom in giving me your anxieties and believing that my plans for you are good. Watch as I turn every plot of the enemy into a stepping stone for your testimony. The adversary's intention is to isolate you and feed you with anger, hatred, and bitterness, anything that poisons your spirit. But you belong to me, and my love purifies your heart. You will stand strong, filled with my peace, which surpasses all human understanding. Yes, the path may not always be easy, but do not forget that I have overcome the world. You will see that each burden you lay at my feet becomes an opportunity for me to display my glory in your life. Trust that no disappointment is wasted when surrendered to me. I can rewrite your pain into a narrative of hope, turning mourning into dancing, ashes into beauty, and fear into unshakable faith. Open your heart to my gentle whisper of encouragement. Know that I will never let you go. Even if you feel you've failed or fallen short, my grace stands ready to restore you. My plan includes a future bathed in blessing, peace, and joy unimaginable. As you keep your eyes fixed on me, you'll discover that I am consistently faithful to fulfill my promises. My dear child, I have heard your cry echo through the heavens. When your voice trembled with desperation, you called my name, and it reached my throne like a gentle whisper carried on the wind. Here I am, ready to embrace you with my comfort, to bring you the very answer you have been longing for. Never doubt that I see your tears and feel every beat of your anxious heart. I rejoice because your faith in me is unwavering, an anchor for your soul in times of both turbulence and peace. Your prayers, like holy incense, rise before me and fill the atmosphere with a sweet aroma. Nothing pleases me more than to see you turn your face to me, trusting that I am more than able to meet your every need. I know the silent pleas you utter before you speak. Yes, I already know what your heart craves, but there is beauty in hearing you voice these longings. Each whispered petition tells me how deeply you believe in my love and power. And child, I want to affirm what you already suspect. You will indeed receive the answer you seek. You and your family will no longer face this recurring difficulty, for I am granting you fresh wisdom and pouring out a special insight that will help you see the enemy's attacks long before they unfold. Like the watchman on the city walls, you will detect the faintest hint of danger and know exactly how to pray and act. Take this promise to heart. With renewed faith, step boldly into the world, because I have already prepared a blessing that is shaped perfectly for you. In the coming days, I will stir your thoughts with names of individuals, people you may not have spoken to for a while, friends or acquaintances you've lost touch with. Do not hesitate to reach out to them. You see, through these connections, I have stored abundant blessings not just for you, but also for them. Sometimes, you become the answer to someone else's tearful prayer, and in turn, they become a vessel of grace for you. This is how my kingdom works, my child. Blessings flowing from heart to heart, weaving stories of grace and hope that bind my people together in love. Remember, I delight in those who seek me with a sincere spirit. My blessings are not reserved for the elite or the strong, but for the humble and the open-hearted. There is a door standing wide for you, a door so large that even your wildest dreams may feel small by comparison. But be vigilant. When the blessings pour in, do not allow pride to creep into your heart. Hold fast to humility, for this is the posture that attracts my favor. Keep yourself steeped in my word, child. Open the scriptures each morning and you will discover new treasures of wisdom, comfort, and truth. My words will be an unshakable foundation beneath your feet and a guiding light for your path. Reflect on them throughout the day. Let them sink into your soul and watch how your faith grows stronger. Never tire of listening to my voice. Lean in, be still, and recognize the gentle nudge of my Holy Spirit. Those small whispers you sense in your heart could change the entire direction of your day, and sometimes, your life. The prayers you have offered in tears on your knees hold extraordinary power. You may feel small and vulnerable in those moments, but in reality, you are drawing near to the heavens themselves. When you bend down, pressing your face toward the ground, my hand rests upon your head, pouring out love that can penetrate any fear, any doubt. This act of surrender makes you infinitely more receptive to my miracles. Never underestimate the significance of your faithfulness. One whispered prayer, one act of trust, can shift the course of battles in the spiritual realm. This is why I cherish every time you pray earnestly, every time your heart trembles, but you choose to believe in me. Take heart in knowing that I see the full picture of your life, its hidden valleys and breathtaking mountaintops. My plan is to guide you through both the valleys and the peaks, ensuring that you lack nothing you truly need. Hold on to my promises, dear child, and let them be your strength. Don't let the world's lies, the voices of discouragement, or the jabs of negativity steer you away from my light. With me, your life will flourish. With me, your family will find unity and grace. With me, you have endless hope, for I am the God who makes the impossible possible. So stand confident in my presence. Know that every obstacle is an opportunity for me to demonstrate my care for you. And as you continue to bend your knees in prayer, remember that you are never alone. I, the Lord your God, am near, your ever-present help in trouble, your steadfast companion, and the one who wipes away every tear. Trust in my faithfulness, rest in my love, and watch as I unfold my marvelous plans for your life. My beloved child, I want you to let these words settle deep within your heart. I am here, always working on your behalf, preparing miracles and opening doors that you never imagined could exist. Even now, my hand is crafting surprises far beyond what your eyes can see. You have longed for breakthroughs in your life, and I, the Lord of all creation, am pleased to grant them. Do not limit your dreams or your faith. Nothing is too difficult for me, and there is no desire too great that I cannot fulfill according to my perfect will and timing. I know at times you have felt the weight of trials pressing in, as though the path ahead were blocked by seemingly insurmountable obstacles. Yet I invite you to stand firm, remembering my promise that you do not walk alone. When you draw near to me, I give you the courage and the boldness of a warrior. The same spirit who conquered death and the grave dwells within you, equipping you to endure the fiercest storms. Take courage. Shake off every hint of fear that tries to settle in your mind. Fear was never your portion. I have called you to a life of faith, a life of confidence in my unchanging love. Understand this. My love for you is strong enough to overcome every whisper of discouragement that the enemy tries to plant in your thoughts. I have watched over you from the moment you were formed in the womb. I have seen you in secret battles, and I have strengthened you with my own hand. Child, you are precious to me, and I have anointed you to carry my word as a sword that pierces every lie. When you feel pressed on all sides, speak my truth boldly. Declare that I am your shield, your fortress, and your refuge. There is no sickness that can drive you away from my promise, no financial challenge that can exhaust my provision, no adversary that can knock you out of my plan for your destiny. I, the Lord your God, find delight in helping you. Each new morning I extend my grace to sustain you. Day by day I'm unveiling the roadmap to the future I've designed just for you. Look around with the eyes of faith, and you will discover that your destiny is secure in my mighty hands. Be on guard when the news you receive feels too heavy to bear. These are the moments when I want you to recall my promises. Speak them out loud if you must. You are not alone. You never have been. I am your heavenly Father, your steadfast companion, and my love cannot fail. Pay attention to those you surround yourself with. Choose to listen to voices that speak life and encouragement. Do not allow negativity to invade the sanctuary of your heart. There will always be people who dwell on impossibilities, but I am the God of the impossible. I turn seas into highways, deserts into gardens, and barren hearts into joy-filled testimonies. Live in thankfulness, thanking me before you see the answer, and continue walking forward in the path I've laid out for you. Keep dreaming, even when doubts come knocking. Keep believing, even when logic tries to convince you otherwise. Watch how, when you maintain that posture of faith, miracles spring up like flowers in the desert. I invite you to cultivate humility in your soul. Pride is a sneaky enemy that can wedge itself between you and the fullness of my blessing. But humility opens doors to grace, waves of my favor and mercy, ready to refresh you each day. Let me carry you when you feel faint. Let me embrace you when your heart is weary. In my arms, you will find comfort and renewal. In my presence, you will find fullness of joy, a peace that goes beyond human understanding, and the strength to face whatever the future holds. Yes, you will ascend to great heights. You will tread upon territory you never dreamed possible, and your spirit will soar above the obstacles that once held you captive. I go with you, my child. My footsteps consume every fiery dart and every flaming ember meant to harm you. You will not be consumed by the flames of trouble. Your faith in me will quench them before they reach your soul. Where once you felt confined by limitations, you will now see open horizons under my protective wings. If the enemy dares to confront you, remember who walks beside you. I am the Lord of hosts, the King who holds dominion over heaven and earth. My resources are infinite, and my victory is unshakable. You need only to stand firm, hold my hand, and cling to the truth that I direct your steps. There is no plan the enemy can devise that I cannot overturn. Rest assured, child, I understand precisely what I am doing in your life. You need not fear the unknown. I am the one who charts the stars in the night sky, and I know exactly how to guide you through uncertainty into a place of safety and blessing. Let your heart be still. Cease allowing anxiety to speak louder than my word. If you draw near to me in prayer, you will feel my gentle hand removing the heaviness that does not belong in your spirit. Yes, I carry you in my everlasting arms, stepping over the rubble and ashes of battles that you once thought impossible to win. These troubles will not claim you. They will not leave you broken. In my presence, you will find restoration and purpose. Trust in my wisdom, my timing, and my ways, which are higher than your own. There is no hurt or burden that escapes my notice, and there is no detail of your life too small for my care. When you feel weak, I am your strength. When you are uncertain, I am your clarity. When the world roars with threats, I am your peace. Take courage, my precious one, for I have promised that not one word I speak will return void. Press on, knowing that I am with you, that I am for you, and that my plans will stand. Walk forward in faith, knowing the fire cannot harm you and the waves cannot drown you, for I, the Lord your God, am leading you. Rejoice, for you are never abandoned. I hold you firmly, and no foe can tear you from my grasp. Your future is bright, and your victory is certain. Place your trust in me, and watch how I make the impossible come to pass. My beloved child, take heart and understand this. When the waves of life threaten to pull you under and the storm clouds loom overhead, you are never alone. I am with you, right in the midst of the raging seas, guiding you as we cross over the vast ocean of your difficulty. Though the winds may howl and the waters may rise, they will never overpower you, for my presence is your safety. Cling to me with simple, childlike trust, knowing that I cherish you and protect you with a fierce love that never grows cold. Reject the fears that try to settle into your mind. Instead, fix your thoughts on the blessings waiting for you beyond this storm. Picture, if you will, the bright shore of promise, your destination, where new hope, fresh joy, and bountiful provision await. The black clouds that threaten to hide your freedom cannot stand against my command. Remember, I am the creator of both heaven and earth, and every element of creation listens to my voice. I am breathing a divine wind of renewal over your life. The rumble of thunder is fading, and you will witness the brilliant rays of light that now stream through your window. Look upon the beauty of what is ahead, and let your heart overflow with gladness. This is your time to smile once more, to feel alive again in hope. Prepare yourself, for I will bring healing and reconciliation to your family. I will call home those who have wandered, soften the hearts of those who once misunderstood, and grant new vision to those who lived in confusion. Even those who have walked away from truth will find themselves gently drawn back to the path of love, if they choose to abandon twisted thinking. I, the Lord, will move supernaturally in their lives, showing them the reality of my better way. From this day forward, their hearts can be shaped by my hand into vessels of prudence, humility, and compassion, should they allow my spirit to enter. Now I see how your soul has been weighed down. I know every ache, every sorrow. But my dear one, realize that these burdens are fleeting. Soon, far sooner than you might imagine, you will see a marvelous change in your circumstances. Get ready for joy to knock at your door. More than that, prepare for the kind of joy that fills your home and overflows onto everyone around you. The doors that once seemed locked are about to swing open. Walk through them in faith, recalling how you believed in my power even on your darkest nights. Every tear, every prayer, every act of faith has not been wasted. It has prepared you for this very moment of breakthrough. And know this: I will restore what you have lost. Nothing is beyond my ability to mend or return. The time of dryness will shift into a season of abundant blessing. As you step forward in trust, watch how your blessings accumulate, growing richer and more profound than you dared to dream. Soon you will look back at your journey and say, "Truly, the Lord was with me every step of the way." Stay anchored in my promises and filled with my hope. Do not be discouraged if you cannot see every detail falling into place just yet. I am meticulously arranging them for your good. In my perfect timing, what seems hidden will be revealed, and what appears blocked will become wide open. Trust that my plans for you are infinitely better than you can imagine, and my power to fulfill them knows no limits. So lift up your head, my child. Breathe in the fresh air of new beginnings. The tide is turning, and the horizon is glowing with the dawn of my favor. Keep your heart humble, your spirit expectant, and your mind stayed on my word. As we journey forward together, you will discover wonders beyond what you once believed possible. I am with you, even now, carrying you across the storms of life into the fullness of joy that I have promised. nothing, will thwart the destiny I have prepared for you. The ocean of your difficulty will become a pathway to your triumph. Simply place your hand in mine and watch my glory unfold. My child, I see every wound your heart has endured and every scar left behind by broken hopes. But I do not want you to dwell on past losses, betrayals, or disappointments. If you made mistakes along the way, you have already laid them at my feet, and I have forgiven you. If someone harmed or deceived you, let go of that anger and resentment. Such burdens only weigh you down and keep you from seeing the blessings I've placed before you. It is time to open your heart to the new path I am revealing. A path filled with promise, healing, and vibrant hope. Lift your eyes to the horizon, my child. Do you see the mountain before you? Though it may look daunting and steep, do not be afraid. I will give you sure footing as you climb. On the other side of that mountain, you will find valleys brimming with opportunities, fields ready for harvest, and fresh streams of provision. Do not dwell on the shadows that lurk behind you. Instead, focus on the light that guides you forward. Every loss, every moment of betrayal has taught you invaluable lessons. Now you know better whom you can trust and how to guard your heart with wisdom and grace. More than anything, I want you to embrace the worth I have placed upon your life. You are my treasured creation, molded in love and destined for purpose. Honor yourself by listening to my word, by tending to your spirit, and by nurturing the body I have given you. Each morning, wake up with the confidence that your life has significance. You are meant to shine, to love, and to extend grace to a world desperately in need of hope. You stand on the edge of triumph, no matter what the past might whisper in your ear. You carry within you the capacity to uplift those who are weighed down by sorrow. Listen carefully, for as you receive these words, I am infusing your heart with supernatural joy. A joy that dissolves the final traces of depression and discouragement. This joy is not fragile. It is born of my grace, mercy, and boundless love. Like a warm morning light flooding a dark room, it chases away every lingering shadow. Let that light radiate through you, touching not only your own soul, but also warming the souls of those around you. Prepare your heart, for many miracles are on the way. Your world is about to shift in remarkable ways, and you will feel my guiding hand in every step you take. When people look at you, they will see something radiant, a glow that speaks of my presence dwelling within you. However, I urge you to remain humble and watch over your heart. Do not allow pride to creep in when you see my blessing manifest in your finances, your family, or your health. Instead, let gratitude abound. Thank me when doors swing open and obstacles are removed. Marvel at my power, but remember that every victory is evidence of my grace. Understand that I love to lift up the broken, the weary, the ones that others have cast aside. The world might point fingers, judge, or condemn those it deems unworthy, but I delight in redeeming what the world dismisses. I show mercy where others show scorn, and I fill hearts with hope where doubt has reigned. This is who I am, the King of Glory, the Redeemer who places value on every single life. In my hands, your future is secure, and no scheme of darkness can snatch you out of my care. Perhaps you have questioned your own worth because of what you have endured. But I speak over you the same truth I have spoken throughout generations. You are mine. I have formed you with intention and fashioned you for my divine purposes. If the enemy tries to remind you of past failures or losses, stand firm in my promise. Fix your gaze on the open road ahead. You are called to press on, to climb higher, and to dream again. Dreams that align with the destiny I have planned from the beginning. Never forget that your family, your hopes, and your future rest in my capable hands. Nothing that happened yesterday can cancel the promise of tomorrow. Be assured, what is lost can be restored, what has been torn can be mended. I see beyond the immediate. I know how each moment of heartache can become a stepping stone toward a richer faith and deeper compassion. Even those who once walked away may return transformed, drawn by the fragrance of my grace at work in your life. So stand with courage. Let laughter return to your home. Let forgiveness color your relationships, and let kindness be the language you speak. You are not defeated, far from it. You are on the cusp of a breakthrough that will touch every area of your life. Do not let the voices of the past bind you. Instead, step forward with confidence in my unshakable love. Greet each morning with an expectancy that I will do something new and wonderful in you and through you. The journey continues, my precious one, and I am guiding your every step. Let your spirit soar. Lay your burdens at my feet, and open your heart to the unimaginable blessings I am poised to pour out. The pages of your story are not yet finished. Together, we will write a chapter filled with restoration, joy, and untold miracles. Keep your eyes on me, and watch how I transform your past setbacks into stepping stones for a glorious future. Remember, I hold your life and your family in my hands, and I am committed to leading you into victory. My beloved child, I see your heart. Every secret longing, every regret, and every question you thought no one else could hear. Yet here I am, extending my boundless mercy and love to you once more. I ask you to receive it with the open simplicity of a trusting heart. Do not reject this gift out of fear or shame, because I have already decided to bless you. I heard your cry for a message that would penetrate deeply, and now I am responding. Perhaps the words you read here are not only for you. Maybe there is someone in your life, a friend, a loved one, who also needs to hear them. If another name comes to your spirit, share this truth without hesitation. Be bold. Know that those who serve me by encouraging others in love will never be overlooked. Child, we need to talk about the parts of your heart that you try to keep hidden. You think no one notices, yet I have gently observed those fears, wounds, and even temptations you stash in the darkest corner of your soul. It's not for me to condemn you, but to guide you toward healing. That's why I want to draw you into my presence each morning. Instead of leaping out of bed and plunging into the day's distractions, pause. Let your first act be a simple prayer of gratitude. Thank me for your life, for the family you cherish, for the opportunities you still have to correct past wrongs. Each sunrise is a fresh start, a slate wiped clean by my mercy. I have loved you tirelessly, even when you strayed from my commandments. I did not discard you for the mistakes you've made, nor did I unleash wrath for every misstep. Instead, I have extended compassion time and again. But I must remind you that my word is clear. You are not to kill, slander, lie, or sow discord with careless or malicious words. You are not to harbor discrimination, contempt, or pride. Each of these sins, whether you judge them large or small, carries a destructive force, capable of harming your relationships and your soul. Immorality can break bodies, but slander can shatter reputations. Lies can poison trust, and prejudice can destroy unity. One is not less dangerous than the other in my eyes, for all sins can leave dark ripples of pain in their wake. If you sense these words addressing your deepest self, if something stirs in your chest as though my Holy Spirit is whispering directly to you, respond without delay. Seek me in prayer every single day. Approach me with faith, convinced that I will hear you and bring answers in the perfect timing you cannot yet see. My presence is never far from you. Trust that I long to shower you with blessings that exceed your hopes and calm every fear. Do not think you must go through this alone. I encourage you to find someone trustworthy, a mentor, a counselor, or a dear friend to whom you can confess the burdens weighing you down. When you release your secrets, guilt, and anxieties, the chains that have held you captive will be broken. From this day onward, as you walk in the light of honesty and repentance, no power on earth can obstruct the blessings I have set in motion for you. Your future is already marked by my peace and favor. Look at this moment as tangible proof of my unwavering love for you. You were searching for a sign, a spark of hope, and here it is. Understand that I desire to see you free from the shadows of your past. Embrace my grace and extend it to those around you. Yes, there are others in your life who need the same message. Someone quietly yearning for reassurance, acceptance, and forgiveness. Share this word with them today. Do not delay, do not shrink back. By loving others enough to invite them into my truth, you join in my work of transforming hearts. Continue your journey. Keep believing, keep hoping, and keep pressing forward. Each time you step out in faith and obedience, the sound you hear in your spirit is my heavenly applause, celebrating your victories. No matter what you've done or how often you've stumbled, you have never been beyond my reach. I hold you in my hands, and I cherish you with an everlasting love. Press on, my precious child. Your path is bright, and your story is far from over. Amen.